Hey everyone, this is Fi. We're checking out Yancy game. This is a game I've not played before. We're gonna give it a playtest and see if we can give some useful feedback. Got the game page here. It says Yancy game is a heavily NES-inspired action RPG that follows a small protagonist in an open world full of danger, challenge, swords, and rewards. At the time of writing, the map is a little over 20% populated with content. Current demo contains a single dungeon midway through the game. With no access to the open world, it equips you with several HP upgrades and a level appropriate weapon. Arrow keys to move, Z to interact, X to attack, C to heal, F3 and F4 can be used to resize the game window. Please leave any feedback in the comments. Enjoy. Alright, let's give this a shot. It looks like it looks very Zelda-esque. OG Zelda kind of thing. Let's go ahead and drop that overlay. So this is what we see when we start the game. I'm not seeing anything past the screen. Currently it's in a teeny tiny window, so I did mention you can see how huge my mouse cursor is here. It did mention F3 and F4 to resize here. Looks like F4 makes things bigger, F3 does the other way, so you probably can't really see that as it's being kind of blown up to the 1080p resolution, but alright. So it looks a lot better for me. Still in a window though, it'd be really nice to have a full screen, proper full screen option. That would help. I did grab my Xbox controller. Didn't mention anything about controller, gamepad support, but that would be really nice, I think, for this genre of game in particular. Trying out the gamepad buttons. Let's click in the window here. It doesn't seem to be responding in any way, so I guess we can assume that there's no gamepad support currently, so let's go ahead and unplug that. It's a little disappointing. It's just easier to play certain genres of game with a gamepad, and I would assume that this would be one of them. So it looks like Z, what does it say? Z to interact, X to attack, and C to heal. All right, should be about it. So yeah, apparently we just have a dungeon to test out today. Let's see what happens. Looks like our movement is pretty swift. Z to interact. Oh. I don't know if I can check out these. Let's go ahead and go in here then. The Sepulcher. Oh, we got some music, it looks like. So there's the attack. Looks like we have a little sword beam a la Zelda here. And C is to heal, but I assume that that's going to... Okay. Alright, I'm guessing the top left is going to be the health meter, the red bars, and then the red vial bottle looking thing in the top right. Oh, and the top right is going to be like a, I don't know, just a potion or something. It apparently drains when we hit the button to heal here, so I don't want to use that up, I guess. And it looks like we have next to the bottle of red juice, looks like what appears to be a sword, and then there's something behind it as well. So I'm assuming that there isn't another button to switch items or anything, because it wasn't mentioned on the game page, but it kind of looks like that's what might be going on there. Now this doesn't seem to do anything if I walk through that, but apparently if I touch the fire I get hurt, so that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, I lost my little sword beam. Now Z to interact, I don't really know what that's going to be used for here, but yeah, so again, the movement is quite fast, so I don't know if this is going to require any kind of careful lining yourself up, but it might be a little tricky being able to move this quickly. Interesting, so I assume that that's locked on the right there, and then I can just go in one of these directions. Oh, excuse me? Okay, interesting. So the one thing I noticed, there's a little a log at the top center there, which is very interesting. I don't know if there's a way to scroll that or anything, but that's cool. I don't think I've seen that kind of thing in this genre of game, but I guess just don't go up here. What the heck? What is that? Okay, I guess I guess this is locked behind me. I don't know what these star things are. Not really sure what visually this is meant to represent, the things that came up that block the exits here. And these look like things I should avoid or... Oh. Okay, so these things can hit me, but apparently it's pretty... Apparently it's relatively, Let's say relatively forgiving. I'm not sure exactly what the colliders are here, so that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out. So I'm thinking maybe it's like around the feet, as opposed to around the whole sprite here. So this is one of these kind of conundrums when you do a game in this perspective where it's sort of isometric-ish. Obviously the walls are kind of weird, but there's always this question, like, do you put the colliders like in the middle of the sprite, or do you put it like around the feet, which would be kind of sort of maybe more representative of what you would expect in the real world or something to that effect. Kind of taking the perspective into account. And I'm not really sure what the answer to that question is, because it seems like, you know, there's reasoning for either way. But in this case, I think my intuition is that I would rather the collider be kind of in the middle of the character as opposed to like around the feet, because that's kind of like what's better represented visually. So I'm not sure, I may be wrong, but it seemed like those things that I was avoiding before seemed like they would kind of pass through my head, but then like if they touched like brushed against the bottom of my feet or something, then it would damage me, and it makes it feel a little bit inconsistent. But I guess if you happen to know exactly where your collider is, that would help a little. But yeah, so there's something we're supposed to do here. I guess I actually moved slower. Oh, I had my fingers on the wrong buttons there. I was like, I can't attack anymore. So was that really? Yeah, it's looking like if it touches my head, that's no problem. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, so let's try to figure out what... Oh, apparently this is really hard. Trying to figure out what actually to do here, but yeah, I'm pretty confident that the collider is around the feet, so let's move forward with that knowledge. I don't know if I can just walk over here. Okay, so this is kind of weird. So my first impression here, I mean, I was distracted by other things, but just kind of my immediate impression upon walking into here is that this kind of goes off in a blackness. Oh, what the heck is that? This kind of goes off in a blackness over here, so I thought this was just kind of like empty space that I would just kind of fall into or something. So that might be something you want to be careful about. Just the idea of negative and positive space in general, you usually want to be a little bit careful about anything that confuses that idea when designing like the visual aspects of the game, because that could be pretty misleading. So I don't know what is going on here. There's a ghost. Oh, what the heck kind of attacks are these? Oh, we go sideways too, apparently. Okay. All right, health potions always restore half of your maximum health. Okay, that's good to know. Nice to have little tips like that, because something like that is nicer to find that out by just reading it randomly than it is to figure it out experimentally, you know. But yeah, okay, so this is feeling like one of those things where you just have to kind of trial and error your way through the game at this point. I didn't mean to do that. That was kind of weird. So I didn't realize until now that you can't move diagonally. It just didn't occur to me. But yeah, apparently you can't move diagonally, so that's kind of weird. Like, that's pretty unusual, I'd say, for this genre of game. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't want to touch the part that slows me down there. How am I supposed to, like, damage this guy now? I don't like how he like trains me to dodge one way and then he suddenly switches to horizontal and that kind of thing. But yeah, this is hard. It would be a little easier with the gamepad. Also, I think I would just prefer the ability to move diagonally, because at least the game recognizes the last direction input you press, so that helps. But yeah, just being able to not be locked to only cardinal directions can be helpful sometimes. So I guess. How am I supposed to hit this guy? But yeah, this is going to be hard for me with the arrow keys. I'm just not that good with the arrow keys as opposed to something like a gamepad. And wait. Oh, that's good to know too. That seems like an important detail. All right, let's give it a good shot here. So having the beam, I think, will help for this guy. Oh gosh. Oh, I tried to change direction and attack real quick, but it didn't work out. I guess I didn't get the key fully depressed or something. Oh gosh darn it. Thank you. Highly dead. Oh, I guess that was from me dying. Oh, okay. So the bottom of the log here is the new items. So I kind of like looked at the top at first. So that's good to keep in mind, like which order this is in. But yeah, so we got a soul. I don't know what the heck the soul is. I also don't know, like in the top right here it says 4, whatever that is. But yeah, it took a ton of damage. But we beat that part, I guess. Wait, now did that... The tip that popped up about killing all the enemies in a room, I think it said it was only if you return to the room later. It's not like if you die that the thing stays dead, right? I don't remember which way it said here. Oh. My name is Gracia. My family has tended these graves since time immemorial. Many have tried to disturb the spirits here, but I've never let them leave with anything. But something awful has appeared, something I can't find. Oh, I can't fend off with a mere shovel. So I'm noticing that the text kind of wraps in this janky way. I mean, that's that's not a big deal. It's just what I noticed. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. I hear terrible noises in the earth, and the earth shifts. You favor the sword I see. I beseech thee. Venture within and stop whatever nightmare torments the departed, so they may rest. And be wary, many vengeful spirits call these halls home. They know not who they strike. An inner sanctum is locked from inside. The switch here will open the long way around. So I guess this is like a switch. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. Oh, I can just walk away from the conversation. That's nice. Okay, that's cool. So just hit this. I guess that's it, and then I guess it's open. It'd be nice to have like a little bit of an audio feedback to get this across as well. I like that I can't unswitch it again, but it could be nice, you know, especially if it sounds like, you know, something in the distance happened or something like that. But I assume that means that I have to go back this way, and then oh, looks like it's this way. So I definitely don't want to go up here because I just die instantaneously. Oh my gosh, not another one. Oh, now there's this. Whoop. Alright, it's particular in how you aim with the sword here. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh gosh, why is he weird? It's like he appeared and then disappeared and then suddenly appeared again, so it kind of threw me off in the timing and everything. So I feel like the collision is reasonably forgiving, so that's the thing that I kind of tend to pick up on. People tend to make colliders pretty big in their games. Oh shoot. So I'm feeling like this game, it's not unreasonable at all in terms of the collision specifically, apart from the fact that, you know, maybe in my opinion, like I said, I might like to have the colliders be more in the center of the sprite. I think that's more intuitive, but oh gosh darn, I hate when he like appears in the way I try to run away. Oh gosh darn. It's really hard to do with the arrow keys to like change direction that rapidly. It's actually making me wish I like opened up Glove Pie or something and just like bound the keys to the gamepad, which I guess I could do, but I don't know, maybe that's not the true experience. I'm not sure. feels so awkward trying to use the arrow keys for this. Yeah. You know what? I'm starting to feel like I actually want to play more of this game, but it's kind of filtering me a bit here. I'm actually considering I might just pause the recording here for a moment and actually rebind, or not rebind, but set up something to bind the keys to the gamepad just so I can try it that way. Hold on just a moment. Alright, I'm back. I popped open Joy 2 Key. I actually set this up for the Xbox controller. I'm gonna try with the D-pad here. Not the best D-pad in the world, but it's gonna be better than trying the arrow keys, I'm sure. So see how that works. This is a lot more responsive, I would say. But yeah, I find it's just hard to change direction really rapidly with a keyboard. And you can see I'm trying to go left and right, and I'm getting all these misinputs. Again, not the best D-pad, but yeah. So let's try this out. Gosh darn it. It's still hard. I gotta get used to this now. And the lack of diagonals hurts. Okay, diagonal would really help, because when you don't have diagonal, you have to kind of... You have to make a decision. You can't mush your finger in like the up left-ish direction to move that way. And what that means is that you have to make a very distinct decision between, for example, left and up, or whatever other directions, which just makes it less intuitive, I think. When you have something happening this quickly, like you have to quickly discern, like, is it going horizontally or is it going vertically? And then you have to like press the appropriate way to move out of the way. Whereas when you actually have the ability to move diagonally, it's a more intuitive response, where you just kind of perceive something and you just kind of like naturally push in whatever direction you want to move. It's not going to screw you over if you try and push diagonally by not going the direction you're pushing, right? So in my opinion, that would just make this feel a lot better. And yeah, it would be easier, but I don't think that's a bad thing in this case. Did that just not hurt him? Oh gosh, yeah, it's still hard to make really fast directional changes here accurately. Shoot. Oh my gosh. So we're doing a little better anyways. Let's go ahead and hit... Oh, that's already... What? This is already switched. So does this act as like a checkpoint sort of thing? Like I didn't have to go back this way? I guess? Oh my gosh. A lot of this stuff flying around here. Why is that not hitting him? I feel like that should be hitting. I feel like enough pixels were overlapping here for that to count. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright. Now, I did forget about the healing, so I guess I could live longer if I actually used that. Game is hard, yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think for the most part, the hardest thing about the game right now is honestly just the being locked to the cardinal directions. It's so hard to be accurate, and like... To a small degree, the actual physical D-pad is going to be a little bit of an issue, because of the fact that it's an Xbox D-pad. Because you have to do like these like super fast like directional changes and then try and be, you know, hit the timing and be accurate in the last direction you press before you hit the sword. That's pretty hard to do, even with a good D-pad. So yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to the being locked to the cardinal directions as well, and possibly the fact that your sword only kind of faces in front of you. Like, for example, you don't get like the sort of the updated sort of sword swing you get in like A Link to the Past, where it kind of covers diagonals more. That way it was a lot more difficult to kind of end up missing your swing out of like a small inaccuracy in like the last direction that you ended up on before you press the button, because it kind of just covers a little bit of an arc instead of a single direction like this. There we go. All right, I don't think I actually needed to do that. I don't know. I'm just doing this out of out of habit while I sit here and talk, I guess. I didn't hit him. I guess again with the colliders being around the feet, I guess it's true for the enemies too. That's a little bit annoying, in my opinion. So many things flying around. Whoa. All right, we're doing it. What now? What am I supposed to do? I'm still locked in here. Oh, there's another one. Alright. Oh, shoot. Alright. What are you? Shambler. Just noticing there's health for the enemies in the top left here. Didn't really have the chance to look up there. Those ghost things were so fast and such. Interesting. I don't know how much health I had left. I thought I had more. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much health I had, so I wasn't expecting to just die in one hit like that. It was a little weird. But yeah, I'm just gonna go right this time because I think I'm being goofy here. And then, all right, so this is still here. Oh crap! I don't know what the soul does. Oh, the flying stuff disappears for some reason. I think it's just something to do with the ghost, that when you attack it, like the flying things around like stop flying for some reason. But there's like 2 of them in this room, so the first one you do, you have to contend with the flying stuff still, I guess, something like that. Ah! No! It's hard to maneuver. Oh gosh, Alright. Some powerful enemies stay defeated permanently, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So that's a thing. Let's not do that again. I kind of wish if you just smack him when he comes at you, he would like disappear or something and then come at you from a different direction instead of continuing at you. Maybe that would feel slightly more forgiving or something. But yeah, I think I have to like try to concentrate more to actually beat these guys. Instead of talking while I'm doing it, it's just very, very particular. And it doesn't help, like, just in general, when I do playtests like this, it takes a little bit of my focus away than if I was playing more casually, so that also makes this kind of thing harder just because it's so demanding. hate this floaty stuff. Gosh darn it. I guess you can hit the little stars with your sword as well. That's interesting. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, is it worth trying to do that? I don't really think it is. But you can hit those, right? Thought you could. Maybe I just ran into one and I didn't. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Ah, shoot. Gosh, the lack of diagonals is really screwing me over this time. It just like wasn't quite hitting the directions accurately enough, so I like trying to move up and I get locked moving to the right. That kind of thing can happen pretty easily. Can I go this way? I can go out here again. So one thing that's annoying is the fact that I can like take damage before I even do anything, and then like I just want to like restart, but there's no way to like quickly restart. And yeah, again, I haven't been using the healing. I keep forgetting about it, but I guess this is the quickest way to restart then. But it might be nice even if like this little respawning circle thing, I guess we're gonna call it that, might be nice if just like touching this healed you or something like that. Gosh darn it, sometimes this stuff it just RNGs you into a corner and you don't really have anywhere to go. You can't heal while in hit stun or while attacking. Okay. I haven't actually used heal yet. It's really hard to think about doing something like that while you're in the middle of fighting an enemy like this as well. Like, it already commands like all of your attention, so it seems to make more sense to do that between fighting things, which is probably what I should be doing. I tend to not like, actually, now that I think about it, I shouldn't talk about this until I've killed this guy probably, but I tend to not like this kind of mechanic where you have to like press a button to heal and it like uses up something, because it's sort of like something about the fact that it's like a limited resource. I don't want to waste it. I want to kind of hoard it forever, and you know, until the end of the game. It's sort of like, you know, you play the JRPGs and you beat the end boss and you have like 99 of every type of potion in your inventory, kind of thing. Like I'm that kind of player, but also in this case it's sort of like I don't know, it's like admitting a failure or something like that to have to use that instead of just using your normal movement and stuff to complete the game. I don't know. It's not like a pride thing. It's just something about that doesn't feel to me like something I want to do. I feel like I should be able to beat the game without having to rely on that kind of external influence or something. But yeah, the more I talk, the harder this is going to be for me to do, unfortunately. But yeah, so healing helps a lot. Oh my, these guys are super powerful. What the heck? And I feel like you should have a little bit of like iframes instead of being able to get hit 3 times in a row like that. That's a little bit ridiculous, in my opinion. And I don't understand the behavior of these guys. Like I guess if they actually get like line of sight of you, then they kind of rush at you or something like that. That was silly, but I was kind of experimenting with them a little bit. But yeah, the behavior is a little unpredictable because you don't know what direction they're going to move next. Why did that come out so late? Wow. Okay, that was kind of lucky, I suppose. When exactly do they change directions? I feel like there's supposed to be some kind of pattern to this, but maybe not. Kind of exploitable pattern, because the thing is, it's a little weird to like walk up to them because they might suddenly turn towards you and then like rush into you when you're just trying to walk into your own attack range. So I feel like it's almost, I don't know if that's just like another case of just RNG sort of happening, because I don't know when they're gonna turn. You know, like that guy right there, that was, if I was going towards him and I got like really close to him, probably could have just like smashed me for free. So I'm not really sure if that's like actually a good design. Got bone. Ah. Oh crap. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to like move diagonally and stuff like that. It doesn't work. It sort of feels like it's just eating my inputs because I'm trying to react intuitively instead of keeping the limitations in mind here. So let's go ahead and heal because that's a necessary thing to do here. Oh gosh, I meant to go down more. I'm just goofing with the, oh, I can do this kind of thing, I suppose. That helps. That definitely helps. Come here, please. Oh my gosh. I kind of want him to come towards me, but... Okay. What is that? They're fast. Oh, there's more ghosts in here, I guess. Holy crap. I was pretty sure I was gonna get him. So yeah, it's pretty brutal having to do all of these things over and over again every time, and it's again, it's hard for me to do this while playtesting and talking, trying to get feedback. I can't give my full focus to what's going on here, so it just kind of makes it more painful because again, it doesn't really, the game doesn't do a lot to record your progress, right? So every time you screw up, it basically, it sort of feels permanent in a way, because like as soon as you take a hit, it's sort of like you the game hasn't really offered any way to undo that at this point. It's just permanently closer to your death unless you reach one of these points where apparently you can get sort of a little checkpoint here and there eventually. But I haven't seen any like ways to heal or anything yet. Obviously I haven't gotten very far in the game or anything, but yeah. Definitely pretty brutal. I wonder if you can... Gosh, whoa, that's getting a little weird. Yeah, it was a little weird, so I'm not sure, because I kind of... There's a couple times there where I was getting hit, like right at the moment I was pressing the attack button, and I couldn't tell like if it was dealing damage to the guy or not. It didn't really look like he got knocked back or anything, so it's kind of like I was hitting attack and then it wasn't happening. I guess maybe if you're in hit stun, then your attack won't come out, which is kind of like a very particular sort of timing detail that I'm not really sure if it works that way or not, because that's just kind of unlikely to happen. So it's one of those things where it kind of doesn't feel very good, because I don't really expect that to happen. Like I expect if I press the attack button that the attack's gonna come out. So to have like a very particular moment where it doesn't, with like really specific timing, it can be a little weird. And another thing I think I should mention is I don't think the feedback for taking damage is very good. So there's like a little sound effect, and that's it. But I think I think it might actually do the same sound as when you like damage the enemies or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I think you can make that a lot clearer. You know, just like make the sprite flash or something, that kind of thing. I think that would help out a lot, just to make a little bit extra clarity in what's actually going on here. But That's super annoying. Because again, I keep pressing the attack button trying to hit him, and I keep getting hit like I guess just before I was able to get the attack out. It sort of happens over and over again like that. And I was curious if yeah, I'm getting the impression you might be able to like spam attack in one direction and actually kill him kind of all at once. Oh, interesting. So yeah, that was semi-successful. Ah, it's a weird collision and weird directional input at the same time here. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that's definitely possible. It's hard to pull off. Obviously, it took a lot of damage here. These guys, I think you can do that easier, so that helps. A little bit easier to do that with these guys. Gosh darn it. Boy, are they weird, though. Let's get the health back. So I got hurt. So it seems like... I don't know if it's just when you have the sword beam or what, but it seems like there's moments where you can kind of, if you spam the button really fast, it'll keep shooting it. I think it's just with the sword beam, maybe. It's sort of like the Mega Man effect. There's a ghost in here, but like, where is it? I guess it's all the way up here. Oh, okay. Oh, ghost in here too. Lovely. No! Both sides. Why didn't he keep coming at me until he was dead? That was weird that he suddenly decided to change direction. That really threw me off. Maybe I shouldn't attack that ghost. Probably not. I don't want to attack his feet. I don't want to. Weird timing. I was just like hitting it over and over again, but... Okay. I'm messing about here. I'm not paying attention to those things. Yeah, that was kind of lame to die that way. Not paying attention properly. Oh my gosh. All right. So it's I don't know. I don't use Xbox controller that much for this kind of game, but I guess it's a little hard to tap the button like really fast unless you do like a little bit of a position change to hit it with a different part of my thumb here. Because it seems like to do that accurately just by mashing you have to hit it really fast. Or else you're gonna get like weird timing situations where it's just gonna fail. Cleared between visits, but yeah, that's clearly not on different runs. Oh my gosh. Stupid star things are getting in the way. Alright, yeah, I wasn't really like looking at myself, and I got stuck on the tombstone. So this is getting a little fatiguing, you know, trying to do this at like maximum. Yeah, so the sound effects are the same, but sometimes I'm like running into the stars when I'm trying to hit the guy, and then I like can't immediately tell like did I hit him with a sword or did I get hit, and that kind of thing. It's getting confusing in that way, so definitely you have a little bit nicer feedback, I'm sure. Frickin' heck, and I don't like it when they hit you like 5 times in a row. So yeah, I'm noticing on the top right the little number is going up next to the orange thing. I don't know what that is, but yeah, so in general, like when I do playtesting, it's kind of fatiguing anyways, because it just takes a lot of mental energy to like play a game and like analyze it and process everything simultaneously. and, you know, like try to work everything into words. That's probably the hardest part. But on top of that, like trying to do something like this where it just takes constant high level of focus to even get anywhere at all, it's yeah, very fatiguing. So it's hard to it's hard to keep moving forwards and progressing in further in the game because of that, because it's just demanding in that ways. Boy, see, I'm noticing I don't really like these Xbox buttons for button mashing. I don't know if I've played a lot of games where that would be necessary with this particular controller. Why did that not hit? Come on. Oh, that was kind of bad. Alright, we made it past here. More shambly dudes. I guess there's more ghosts in here. Don't these guys get knocked back? What happened to them getting knocked back? Because I'm not noticing that happening, and I was pretty sure that happened. Is it only when they're charging, like moving faster, that they get knocked back? I'm not really sure what the inconsistency is here. Now I don't want to be in this like slow moving stuff while I'm trying to fight this guy, and that really so I need I need room to move around to fight this guy. It's kind of annoying if you block off this area with stuff that I feel like is going to get me killed if I walk on it, but I don't have like room to move in all four directions in these little narrow walkways. So I don't know, it feels like the game is working against me here. Stay away from me, stars. Ah. I guess they only get knocked back if... Wait, no, they're getting knocked back here. Is it the weird ground that kept them from getting knocked back? The slow ground? Alright. Yeah, these guys are annoying. They're just weirdly unpredictable. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to like find out anything else here. Can I like actually... I'm curious if I can actually sneak past that guy's attack and then survive for 2 seconds in here. The lack of diagonal hurts a little bit. Yeah, it might just be tuned in such a way that you just always die instantly here, which is really, it's really strange sort of choice here. And this is slow moving ground. Oh, everything is slow in here, so I didn't even think about that. Alright, so yeah, you're not supposed to go there. Maybe I should wrap up this video. I think I'd like to get a little further, but obviously it's going to be a bit hard. I don't know how long this is going to take if I do this, especially you know, while recording and everything. I can't focus quite as well. What the heck? Yeah, see, I'm not really a fan of that. these colliders being only around the feet. Just kind of waiting for him to come towards me, but of course it's just too random. Because when I go towards him, there's a higher chance that he's just gonna like suddenly kind of cheese me by very suddenly turning and zooming into me. If I can just wait for him to come towards me, then I can react to him properly, and it's kind of annoying to have to deal with that. Go away, stars. I don't like you. Ugh. No, it's so narrow. We have exactly half health, but I ran out of health juice, so that's not helpful. Oh. Maybe if I stay around the corner, that's more helpful because I can move in both directions better. For goodness sake. Oh shoot, I screwed up the timing. Oh, that's really annoying. So I can either like spam the button as fast as possible, or it's like really tricky timing to juggle that properly. Oh, okay. I don't like the slow stuff. Oh my gosh, he went so fast. Yeah, that's mean. I mean, just to put the just putting the little strips of the slow moving ground in that area, it's awful. Unforgiving. Crap. So yeah, let's think about wrapping this up. But this is interesting. It's definitely got the old school charm to it. Lots of good stuff here, I think, in terms of just some sort of tried and true elements here. There's little bits that I would consider a little bit more annoyances rather than just being kind of product of it being brutal, and then there's bits that are just kind of the fact that you made the game absolutely brutal. So, you know, you could argue that the really painful bits are things that'll put off some people, but also like will really engage some people, so it's more a matter of taste. And then maybe some of the other things are things that maybe might be worth considering changing, in my opinion. So, you know, some of these little behavioral bits are that I mentioned. What the heck? Yeah, see, it's so weird. Like, I can't tell who's getting hurt. Yeah, I don't know. It sort of feels like I was doing it right, but I ended up getting hurt anyways. Yeah, I mean, if I was making this, I can see the appeal with the sort of the hardcore feeling of it, where the game isn't just kind of giving you stuff for free. Obviously, my gosh, this feels so inaccurate. This little D-pad, and yeah, I mean, it's got the sort of masochistic feel to it. It definitely has an appeal to it that some people are going to be into. But I can't help but feeling some of these little timing things, just how quickly the ghost, you hit him and you get the little knockback, but he just like flies at you again so quickly, and it feels like if you just had like a little bit more time here and there and that kind of thing, it would help a lot. Obviously, I mentioned the lack of diagonal movement is pretty painful in some situations, that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. This is my opinion as far as things I would probably rather tweak just to kind of feel better to the player, even if it does make the game easier. I don't think you're lacking any in hardness, so it's like, it's not such a bad thing, I don't think. But also, you know, there's always other ways that you can add in more difficulty that aren't things like, you know, making the controls hard to do and that kind of thing. So I generally like to err on the side of making certain things like controls and particular interactions with enemies and stuff to just kind of feel good to the player rather than, you know, making it really hard. And then finding particular ways that you can really kind of jack up the difficulty when and where you want to. That kind of work within that. If that made any sense to you, but yeah. So hopefully this was useful to you. I feel like I'm really struggling to even kind of playtest this just because it's so demanding and like trying to talk at the same time and everything. But you get the point. Hopefully this was helpful. It was really interesting to play. So let me know if you have any questions for me, and I'll see you in the next video.